Oh, just looking at the back, there is one of my favorite bikes. It's a Ducati Multistrada 1200. It looks like an S from behind, and oh, I have driven it, and yes, it is a great bike. It is pretty much like a Macan. You have the power, you have the comfort, you have the off-road ability, and you have the sport bike car abilities. You know, sometime when you're like me, a petrol head, and on top of that, a Porsche enthusiast, sometimes small things blocks your head. I have one issue with the Macan that are ridiculous. It's the bolt pattern in the wheels. It is 5x112, and that is a direct copy from the Audi Q5. I mean, I shouldn't bother, but for me, Porsche always should be 5x113 bolt pattern. I don't want to take my Audi rims and put on my Porsche and vice versa. Something that I have been thinking a lot about in terms of driving position in the Macan GTS is the bolster in the standard chairs. I would say that if they were just a few millimeters tighter, I would consider them too tight. So let's say if you're, how should I express myself? Let's say a little bit wider than I am, then obviously you should considering having the 14 ways seats to be able to adjust accordingly to your body. Also, the driving position in terms of adjustability is as expected in Porsche, driver focused, and you really get the feel and touch of a sports car. And remember, the Macan is a SUV with a capital S. This is the Porsche Matrix headlights, and I have had them on my previous Cayenne, I have them on my GT3, and I have tested them in so many conditions. I think they are good, but €3,000 option for this, little bit too pricey for my taste anyway, but I think they look great. It is even as big functional option as a beauty option or a design option with the black background around the Matrix. So let me just go through all the options on this car, because it's not so many of them. The GTS models are equipped with a lot of things in standard. So it has the jet black metallic that I started to love a lot, especially in direct sun. We have the extended fuel tank with 75 liters. We have a tow bar electric. We have power steering plus. We have heated seats in front. Actually, that's just ridiculous, because in Sweden that should be standard, end of discussion. We have the heated steering wheel. We have the panorama sunroof. We have roof ceiling. We have rear mirrors in sport design. We have a navigation module. We have the PCM, obviously. We have the instrument cluster in red. Just leave them as they are. Don't mess around with the colors. It will just be difficult to read the values. We have the park assist front and back with rear camera. We have the LED headlights including the PDLS system plus. We have park heater with remote control. We have the Bose surround system that are a great option in the Macan, Panamera and Cayenne. Just leave them out on all the sports cars. We have the 21 911 turbo wheels that I think looks great on this car. We have the Karman red seat belts and the Sport Chrono package for this PCM. That is pretty much it. I think for once that Porsche marketing are spot on with the slogan sports car together. With the Macan, you can share the experience, not only the driver and the front passengers, but also with the people in the back. You could argue if this is a sports car or not, but I am actually going to compete at Michelin Porsche Slalom Cup with this car. And if you were driving a 911, would you actually be able to do this? Yeah, I brought the tent. But who could imagine? I mean, going to a sports car competition with your sports car and bringing a tent. So this is what you need. A proper sports car, the Macan. So you can bring your friends, the tent, the furniture that you need to have a proper first class experience. And I think that's how you place it, isn't it? I mean, you can buy whatever sports car that you would like, but you cannot get this first class experience. And I think, let me think, what is it? Looking for the word. The word is, yeah, right, sports car together.
Wanna shake the ground, wanna break away, let loose. I'm tired of waiting, gotta make that move. All the neon signs, now they shout to me and you to write our story. Wanna shape the new. Do you wanna come along with me? Come along with me. Do you wanna? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right. Gonna keep on running, grab the fun and live it live. And tomorrow's far away, should I let the party fade? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something.
So let's do this sports car together. I gathered my friends and son in the car to do a proper race. The only thing I'm missing actually is to replace Johan here with my wife, because she normally comments how to drive, and that could actually be useful in a competition, showing the way around the cones. At least in normal traffic, she's doing a great job. So are we ready?
Ready.
Are we ready? So this is competition together, okay? Okay, a bit of weight more. So Johan, what's your impression of the GTS?
It's a lot of swing around here.
It is, definitely. And I must say it was a little bit more agile when I didn't have my friends with me, but it should be together, shouldn't it? Okay, corning on. Oh, let's go. Yeah, it's a lot of corners, and I think we have to twist the car around a bit.
Feel sorry for the tires.
Yeah, me too actually. Are they still on the rims, or have I lost the tire somewhere on the way? I'm not sure, but yeah, and down to first gear and around.
Come on, and then the finish line.
Oh, what a race, wasn't it? Woo. The Macan GTS has potential to be a great sports car. It understeers heavily, but as we all know, could be corrected by modifying your car. Driving on the road is a smooth ride, in high seating position with clear overview of the traffic. SUV stands for something more than just driving on the road. At one point, the road ends and the true adventure starts. Push the off-road button and get to places where you've never been. You do that with a 911. I'm gonna do a wild guess here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm guessing that most SUV bought into any market is never leaving the city. So I'm gonna take you for a light off-road on this so-called tractor road. Off-road, by the way. Nah, this is not off-road, this is just a bad road taking you closer to the nature. Going off-road comes with a lot of responsibility. Before you go off-roading, make sure that you are allowed to go off-roading and that you have permission to do that. But the SUVs today, the modern cars, are really up for the task. I have shown you some slight, I'm not sure I'm going to call this off-road, but let's say that, I have been on a bad road, so to speak. But I think that summarizes the importance of selecting your vehicle. Me personally, you have seen the scenery where I'm living in all my videos, and I really loves the SUV concept because I'm using it as a sports car, as a daily driver, and when I need to go off-road. So from that perspective, I really love the SUVs. But would I select the Macan? Well, a new Macan is arriving this autumn, and I'm not sure that I would buy this model. Now, when I have tested this car in active driving, off-roading, and in a daily drive, I would prefer the previous generation of Cayennes, the one that I owned. The reason for that is that I think the off-road capabilities of the Cayenne feels a bit more solid than the Macan. When it comes to sportiness, yes, obviously the Macan is just a slight better, but driving the slalom between the two cars, yes, the difference is not that large that I would select the Macan of the previous generation of the Cayenne. So, therefore, my recommendation, if you need to buy a car today before the new Macan is launched, then get a good price on the Macan or look at the previous models. At least in Sweden, we do have some low mileage Cayennes from the 957 series still available at a really good price.